Hey guys, welcome to a new SaaS landing page teardown. Today we're doing Asana, which is a huge project management tool. You probably heard of it because they have like a lot of brand awareness, and like a lot of SaaS companies that are really big and have a lot of brand awareness, they usually never get their messaging right? So they're targeting too many people. They're not really clear on how they want to stand out. And then because they have like a lot of brand awareness and people have heard of them, they just kind of sign up anyways. So they can really afford to get this wrong, even though as this market gets in more and more competitive, which is one of the most competitive markets in SaaS, now they still need to start to improve these things, right? Because there are a lot of people like stealing customers from Asana, right? By being more specific. So by the way, if you want to see how you can optimize your own pages, just DM me or leave a comment below, or even just book a call directly on this website here, and then we can figure out how you can improve your conversions as well by breaking down your pages like this, right? So, for example, they say, are silos making teamwork more painful? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure what they mean there. And then this image right here, they don't really show what it does in the first place. So I just realized that you can click on these. I didn't even notice that, right? And then what happens next is just get like more tasks to show up. So what they should have done here at the top is probably just show an overview of everything that they can do as a project management tool. So at least from the top, they can see how much it can be done, right? So something similar to what they've done here, right? They have the list view, and then it goes to timeline, then it goes to like boards. This is like the main advantage that Asana had for a while, which is that you can really visualize the timeline of the tasks that you have, and that's where like a lot of people are switching to it. But then tools like Todoist and stuff like that, they started adding like a timeline feature. So I'm not sure where they stand at this point. I think they're just, from what I've heard from reviews and stuff like that, the research that I do before these landing pages, it just seems like people are complaining that this tool is getting overly bloated, right? So this is the main USP they used to have, and they still show it more or less at the top, which is good. I think they could have shown it a little bit earlier because this part is totally useless. And then then they show everything that they can do, right? But the problem is this is what other companies are doing as well, right? And at some point they're going to do exactly the same things, if they're not doing it already, right? They probably just have the exact same features at this point. So why should I choose Asana over anyone else, right? Then there's also other objections that people might have, right? So objections around how long would it take to migrate from another tool, right? Or how long would it take my team to learn this stuff? Right? Or what about security compliance concerns, right? Because if they want enterprise deals, they need to talk about that. When it comes to the pricing, that part isn't too clear either, right? Because there's so many features. It seems like they already simplified their pricing as well, but there are like so many features for you to learn about that is kind of hard to distinguish, right? What it seems good is that the free plan has like everything unlimited. So if that's the case, and if they really want people to start with that, then that's something that they should say right from the top, right? So they have teams growing on that sense, right? So now they can use that as a USP to kind of help them stand out and help growing teams kind of start off with Asana, right? So this part isn't that great, but one part that is actually really good, or could be like really good, is this thing right here, right? Because instead of saying that you have 200 plus integrations, which is what most SaaS companies do, what they should do is they should show what are the use cases, or what are the things that they can do with that integration. So for example, if you integrate with Zoom, you can turn action items from a meeting into Asana tasks, right? Which is awesome. For Google Sheets, you can use this from reporting, right? So you can pull data from Asana and figure out what tasks got done, which ones didn't got done, or who got the most tasks done, all of this sort of things, right? So it gives people an idea of not only what tools it integrates with, but what we can do with them, right? Because that's the biggest difference. And I actually haven't checked, but probably the integrations is one of the things that they use for the premium plan. Yeah, 100 plus free integrations, then they have paid ones, because if they had like 200, they probably have like paid integrations, and that's one way to upsell them, right? So the clearer it is about the integrations and what you can do with them, the more easily there's like another upgrade path that they could have. So people go from the free plan to the premium, right? Because they want people to pay at some point, right? Another thing that isn't like makes no sense here is this part here. I'm not sure what they're trying to say, that they have different workflows, but what are the workflows doing, right? Which parts of this, like, it's automated? Why not have this directly in the image, right? Automatically turn messages into tasks, and then he adds to the project, right? So I didn't even know you have to go to actually hover over all these things, right? So this is really unclear, right? So let me know what you think about this page in the comments. So if you're interested in seeing how these principles might apply to you and how you can add 200, 300, 1,000 in annual revenue, depending on your revenue and traffic and stuff like that, based on the traffic you already have, right? So improving your funnel, like on a full scale, right, from the website to how you explain the product in the emails and stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing how that applies to you and what are sort of opportunities you have, just go ahead to cortez.design/apply, where I'll redirect you to this page, and you can book a free introduction call to figure out if I can help you, if the timing is right, because there are some companies where they try to optimize too soon, and it's just not worth it, and it's like easier to just focus on volume first or getting more traffic at the beginning, stuff like that. But if you are at the stage where optimizing is really your next step, and we can figure that out in a call as well, then we book another call to figure out, okay, now what are the opportunities we have to find? What are the 3 or 4 biggest opportunities that we can leverage over the next few months that would make the biggest difference in your bottom line, and optimize every area, or the biggest areas, right? So, and also learn about the process and stuff like that, right? So if you're interested in going ahead with that, just go ahead and DM me or book a call here at cortez.design/apply, right? So hopefully you like this teardown. Let me know what you think in the comments, and maybe see you on the call. Cheers.